Up next, Kathy Perret of the city's Water Resources Division talks about the importance of performing a spring irrigation system checkup and how you can do it yourself.
Hi, I'm Kathy, and today we're going to visit two properties. We're going to do a spring evaluation of our irrigation systems before our summer watering. Let's go take a look. Well, let's turn the system on here real quick. That's important to do during the daylight so you can see where their sprinklers are going. This is a manual system. What we're going to do is turn it on for a minute, and then we're going to flag any areas that we see need to be repaired or adjusted. Turn this on ever so gently. What you can see is that this sprinkler is below the surface here, so I probably bring that one up a little bit. But the most important thing at this point is you can see the sprinklers are spraying out onto the driveway. So I'm going to flag that one and check the throw on what that sprinkler head is. And if you look in the corner, we also have another one that's spraying out there on the sidewalk. If you also notice, we've got a sprinkler head that's not even spraying. So it's either blocked or there's a break. Something's happening, but there's no water coming out of it. Making the adjustments and getting rid of this overthrow of water onto the sidewalks is as easy as changing the nozzle. What you do, you just pull that riser up, unscrew the old nozzle that's throwing out onto the sidewalk, take this new one that's only going to throw 90 degrees so that it's good on this corner, screw it in the top, make sure it's pointing at the grass, and that's it. Well, this is the other sprinkler that didn't have any water coming out of it. So the first thing we're going to check is just to see if maybe that filter is just blocked and dirty. It could be something as simple as that. If you take the nozzle off, you're going to pull this filter out. Aha! It's got some blockage on that filter. That could be part of the problem why the water wasn't coming out of this. So we're going to clean it up, put it back together, and then we'll do a final inspection, turn the water back on, see if that helped. All right, we're going to turn the sprinklers back on here and see how our repairs did. All right. Well, if we look at this now, the water is staying on the grass. It's throwing in a 90-degree angle. Perfect. Well, this sprinkler over here that we cleaned the filter on, it's not going off. It's still gurgling out the head. We're not getting a spray. So there's a couple of different options. What I would advise is to dig that spray head out, just unscrew it from the riser and see if there's some debris that was actually in the sprinkler line, and just wash it out, clean it, put it back on and see if it works. The other option is that there's too many spray heads on this line and it's the very end sprinkler and there's just not enough water to make it spray. So that gives you a couple of different things to think about. You can change the nozzles and put low precipitation rate nozzles on, and then you'll have more pressure in the whole system. That'd solve that problem without having to put a new valve in. All right, let's turn this other one on, see if we see any issues. Ah, there we go. All right, let's flag this. We've got a broken pipe under here. You can see the water flowing out at a strong stream, so we better shut this one off. Got a lot of water wasted with that. Unfortunately, there's a plant on top of it. So what we're going to need to do is going to have to pull this plant up and out, expose the pipe underneath, and then do some PVC repair. So what I'm going to show you here is just a quick example of how you can reattach pieces of PVC pipe using a connector. You do have to have it exposed. It needs to be dry. And you'll need to use two parts to this. This is a connector. This is a regular piece of PVC. This is called a primer. The primer goes on both surfaces of the PVC. And then it'll dry. Just takes a moment or so. And then what you're going to do is put just a little bit of nice smooth layer of glue or PVC cement. I'm going to try and keep this off your fingers if you can. You'll have blue fingers. You put it on the pipe itself, a nice layer around here, nice and smooth. You put a layer of it inside of the connector, and then the trick is when you put these together, you slide them together and give them a quarter of a turn and hold it for 30 seconds. You don't want to turn the pressurized water back on for probably 12 to 24 hours. You got to make sure the glue is set. So don't bury your pipe and your repair until you've made sure that you don't have any leaks. All right, we're at our second property, and it's got an automatic controller here. So before they turn it on for the summer, we got to make sure there's a few things that we check. It's been on rain off. We're going to run it automatically and check each of the zones and use our flags to mark anything that might be leaking. One of the important things to check on the controller is the backup battery. Each controller has a backup battery, usually tucked away in a little cubby. This one uses a 9-volt. I change these every year. If your battery doesn't have enough charge and the power goes out, there's a good chance your clock will go on to default. It'll water 10 minutes every day, every station. You can see your water bill double. This battery is March 2011. Definitely it wasn't changed last year, so we're going to change that this year so that we're current, just in case we get any of those power surges. One of the other things to look at when you're turning this on for the summer is that you want to use the seasonal adjust, or the water budget %, so that you can start watering as the plants need it. In April, maybe only 70%. In May, up to 80%. By midsummer, you're going to be watering 100% of all the plant's water needs. As we get into the fall, you're going to turn it back down. You can use the weekly watering index on waterwisesb.org. It's important to be sure with your drip line that you flush all the debris that might be in the pipes out before your summer watering season. Find the end of your pipe, the part with the figure 8 on it, open that up, open the pipe, and then let it run for 1 to 2 minutes. All right, we're going to turn the water on here. Take a look at this drip line and see if we see any geysers or broken emitters or cut pipes. Aha! We got a geyser here. We got to make sure we flag that, because when we turn the water off, we're not going to know where on that drip pipe the leak is. So let's take a peek, see if we find anything else. All right, you can see here, we've definitely got a hole in the drip tubing. All right, let's flag it. We'll come back and repair it when the water's off. All right, now that the water's off, we've got our flag here so we know where the problem is. We've got our little first aid kit. In that, it's got some extra emitters. It's got some goof plugs to fix holes in a connector, all the tools we might need. So, let's pull this out, pull the mulch away, see what we've got here. We have an emitter here, and it looks like it just lost its top. So, in my first aid kit, I always have a few extra parts. This particular one just needs a little flag. So we're going to put that back in here, and there we go. That flag emitter is fixed. It's now going to drip just 1 gallon per hour. Well, we've got this one repaired, but there's more places that we need to go hit. So let's go check the other one. For this repair, we're going to use a goof plug. There's a hole here, and there's no plant, so we don't need any watering. So what we do, these little guys, this is a goof plug. You're going to put the small end into the hole that's in that tubing that's watering where there's no plants. I like to hold on to it with a little pliers, makes it a little easier for me. Take it, push it into the tubing, and there you go. It's fixed. Let's turn the water on and check our repair, make sure it doesn't leak. Our repair is good. There's no water. Just give a quick example of what happens when you get a shovel cut in your drip line. Roots from plants will actually grow into your drip line and block the water flow. So instead of climbing up on the slope here and show you how to repair, we're just going to take 2 pieces of drip pipe as if we'd cut it with our shovel, and then we're going to reconnect it together. You need a simple connector and a little bit of elbow grease. You'll feel it catch, and there you go. It's attached. It needs to connect to the other end so that you'll have a full tube. Same thing, using your connector and the empty piece of a pipe. Slowly kind of get it in. There's a little bit of a barb in there, so you have to work it back and forth. Connected. That's all there is to it. You can repair that yourself.
Checking your irrigation system before summer watering begins is extremely important. So before you adjust your irrigation controller, be sure to check your system for any problems. We'll be right back with more Inside Santa Barbara.
Did you know the City of Santa Barbara will give you money to lower your water bill and have a beautiful garden? The Smart Rebate Program covers renovations that will make your garden more water-wise while protecting the environment. Once approved, you can receive up to $1,000 for homes and up to $4,000 for HOAs, for irrigation equipment, smart irrigation controllers, water-wise plants, and mulch. Turn this into this. Schedule your pre-inspection by calling 564-5460. Let's save together.
Just ignore the litter. Keep the passion. Right now. Action! Keep moving.
I never knew it could be like this.
Cuts, cuts, cuts.
I can't work like this!
Don't let litter ruin your scene.
Welcome back to Inside Santa Barbara.